I hate to say I told you so on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, obviously, with me, Steve Merchant, and Karl Genius Pilkington.
Absolutely. I was watching a bit of TV.
Karl the Brain Pilkington.
Yeah, the Brains.
Yeah.
I was watching a bit of TV last night, Rick.
Go on.
And I had a little
Children
thought.
Need?
No, I didn't watch Children Need.
No,
I was watching something. I think it was last night, it was a bit earlier. I had a little thought for lads that might be out tonight, you know, on the Raz.
Yeah.
Maybe they get a little bit of success with the ladies.
Yeah.
This was something that struck me as I was watching it. A lot of gentlemen, you know, when they're engaged in, you know, an act of, you know, relations with a lady, they like to sort of, you know, think of an image or something that will prevent them from, you know, and you catch my drift. We're men in the world.
Grandmother's funeral is the cliche, isn't it?
Exactly. And I'll tell you what I think it should be. Rick Waller jogging. I was watching Fit Club. I have never seen anything
I
like
liked it when
Rick.
Harvey lost it with him.
Oh man alive. I mean, I know I slag him off, but I don't really like him either. I just think he comes across appallingly, and I think, you know,
when he just walked away in that mid-conversation talking to that bloke, they're doing it for his good, really.
But he's like 31 stone?
I think he lost a bit. I think he's 29 now. Don't exaggerate, Steve. You're making him sound like a fat.
But you know, I mean, yeah.
That was close, wasn't it?
When having sex, you know, apparently, thinking of, Rick Waller.
Oh.
Helps.
Oh, don't look what's happened.
Exactly.
That's the reverse effect. Yeah. Oh, no, me and Karl.
No, if you're with a lady, apparently that works.
I know, he's out now, isn't he? He's out.
Did he walk out?
I think so. I think that's it, from what I can...
No, I think next week they kick him out, because I read something about, they get rid of him next week because of his attitude, and first time I read it I thought he'd actually ate someone's hat. But it was...
You lost me.
Got rid of him because of the attitude. Oh!
Everything you think of now is puns. You can't get puns out of your head, can you?
Oh, Karl, you're great. Look at his little face.
He's so pleased. How long have you been working on that?
You've gotta give him that. That was a real joke. Look at his face. He knew it was funny. It was meant to be funny. He said it to be funny, and it was. Well done. Well done.
I'm just interested, I just want to dissect it, because it was brilliant, and I'm wondering, how long have you been working on it?
About 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, it's good stuff, it was worth the wait.
I got it now.
Oh, well done.
The attitude.
Well, I don't think, there's only one band that can top that. Another band from Manchester. Oasis.
Oh.
I don't owe you anything. The lads from, Karl's hometown there.
Indeed.
The Smiths. Brilliant, that one. Wow, I went to Manchester, didn't I, the other day? Went up to Manchester for a little corporate. It was alright.
Yeah.
He went, wait till you get out, you see Piccadilly, it's better than Euston. Right? It was, you know, it was nicer. I went outside and there was a ridiculous queue, and sort of one cab.
Right, yeah.
So,
horse-drawn.
Yeah, and so I walked, and it was okay, it was only down the road, it was a bit dark, it was wet and raining.
Obviously, it's the north.
I know, yeah. The hotel was very nice, but no minibar. I've never seen that before, I've travelled all over the world to see them in a hotel without a minibar.
No,
so I don't know what's going on then, I don't know what's going on there. And then I did this corporate gig in Old Trafford. The pitch was up, I don't know what they were doing, but, you know, very impressive, big impressive. I think they're the richest football club, aren't they, Karl?
Yeah.
You did a gig at where?
Old Trafford. It was in a function room.
Oh, well, I thought it was the stadium.
No, I'm not that big yet. No. But I mean, you know, I can't really comment on Manchester. I do know that Liverpool was voted most important music city via poll.
True enough.
So, Karl, you're making noises while I'm talking.
Yeah, but you do this all the time, trying to wind me up. And I'm not saying Manchester's the best place in the world, but what I'm saying is, there's bits of it that I really miss.
Yeah.
Like last Sunday, right? When I'd met up with Ricky, we had spaghetti bolognese, which was alright. And then I said to him, I need some soil.
Damn, I wish you'd invited me, it sounds amazing.
So I need some soil, what do you think?
You need some what, soil?
Soil, yeah.
I need to repot a plant, right?
Yeah.
So,
you need to repot a plant?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
So, I'm like, where, you can't see these shops in London. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing around.
I took him straight to one in my street.
Yeah, but near your street, and that's probably the only one in London.
Well, you say that, Karl.
No, it does annoy me. Round my way, it's like, you know...
You can't move for soil shops.
You can't. There's earth, you can just pick up handfuls walking down the street.
Yeah, incredible. People just lean over into someone's front garden.
No,
you can take the plants as well.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Go on.
Manchester, there's loads of decent hardware shops.
Yeah.
Here, you know, if you want a panini and a latte or whatever, you can't move from. But for soil, I had to go virtually how many miles away from me to carry that soil home and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not good. I mean, London's alright, but if cities were sort of
it's neglecting the peat market, really,
well,
isn't it?
there's barely any mulch available in central London.
I'm sick and tired of not getting a good decent compost of a Sunday.
Indeed.
So, you know, I'm thinking of moving to the north. Where there is loads of soil and gravel.
Indeed.
And animal shite.
whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, you were going to say if you were marking cities out of 10, what would you give London?
Well, if you were marking them on, like, you know, on what they have.
Right.
As opposed to what?
Well, as opposed to...
How you spell it.
Say, like, I think the greatest city in the world is Rome. Right,
Okay.
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Have you been?
What, yeah, why do you think that, though?
Just because, like, you turn a corner and there's something there that's really old. Right? Like, you're going down a normal street.
Go and stay in a Derby and Joan club.
Yeah.
No, but it's like you're going down the road and then you turn a corner and like the Colosseum's in the middle of a busy road. It's like, what's that doing there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just when you think there's no more, you turn another corner.
It's almost as if that was there first.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? London,
Yeah.
what have we got? You know, Trafalgar Square's world known. And you go there, what's that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, there's a lot of space there. Get one big B&Q.
In Trafalgar Square.
To cater for the whole of people who live sort of central Londonish.
Yeah.
And then I'd be happy, but what I'm saying
What, with
is...
Nelson just popping up through the middle? Because you can still see it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
B&Q, so B&Q could be like the whole sort of flat thing and make it sort of grey so it looked like rock, and then Nelson popping
Make it
up...
classy is what you're saying.
Yeah. Stone clad it.
Yeah.
So it looks like you've made an effort.
Exactly.
And then you can pop in, and then you can go out and go, oh look, Nelson's column. Oh look at that, isn't Nelson, oh look at that, the victory, defeat, that's fantastic, one of the greatest living, I need some nails.
Yeah. Perfect. Killing two birds with one stone, you're saying?
But why isn't there more than them shops? Because when I went into yours, every time I've been in there twice now. The first time was to get a shower head, right?
Right.
And I went in there, couldn't resist buying something else. I ended up getting some super glue as well.
Blimey. Hey, big spender.
And then, last Sunday we went in there, got 2 bags of soil, not one, I bought 2.
Yeah.
And I bought some scissors to cut plants with.
Secateurs.
Well, you
Scissors.
you never know when you want, you know, you might need more soil, I suppose.
Well, I've got
You've
2.
stocked out now. Where'd you keep it under your bed?
Sorry, this isn't going out, is it, this conversation? It's not going out on air.
I got a feeling it might be.
You're joking. We better play a record.
Okay.
Play a class. Right, what's this? Go on. What, tell them, go on, just get on with it, because I just can't believe what you just said.
What we're doing, are we, final one?
Yeah.
Right, the last one, like I said...
No. Say the record. Say the record you played. Go on.
This is, free association.
Yeah, brilliant,
Of
right.
Shadow Wood Art.
Yeah, and what did you just say to me just before this was ending? He just looked over at me and went, are there any animals without a brain?
No, but hang on a minute.
No, right. And I went, yeah, there's animals that are... He went, I was gonna talk about this, but it's sad. There's a lad born without a brain, and he laughs a lot, and his hearing and his sight's okay. I'll go, well, that's impossible. If he's without a brain, all that is impossible. And he went, well, it was in the magazine.
No, it was in a book that somebody sent.
Right.
And I didn't want to bring it up because it is a bit sad, really. That this, you know, young lad, there's a picture of him sat there with his mum, and,
What? Carl!
well,
Carl!
I forget it.
It's impossible.
Well,
There must have been more to the story,
He
Carl.
can't not have a brain. Hearing and sight is a concept within the brain.
Yes,
that's all it
yeah,
is, right?
yeah.
The ears are just receptacles. They're
know.
just, yeah. So,
But that's why it was in this book. It was a book of mysteries.
Carl, you know, if you're reading a book and you see a photo and you guess at what you think the story might be, that doesn't make it true. That doesn't make it
I
fact.
looked at it because I thought he looks like an happy lad.
Sure.
And I read about it and I thought, that's weird. Like you've said, the fact that he hasn't got a brain but he can see and he can hear.
no! Impossible!
Well,
Impossible.
okay.
Go on.
I don't know who to believe.
White Stripes, Dead Leaves and the Dirty Ground on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. We have got a great show lined up for you.
Absolutely.
Today it's just, Valentine's weekend, some love songs,
Ooh.
we've got some chat, and of course the competitions. I'll tell you what, I was walking here today, and the West End is crammed. There's helicopters, there's police, there's about 1 million people sort of just milling round, standing around with placards and stuff. I don't know what they're doing, but they've got too much time on that. They need a war.
You don't read the newspapers, do you?
Boring.
Lloyd Cole.
like lovers do, on XFM 104.9.
Is that for all the lovers out there?
Yeah. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and little Karl Pilkington. Oh, we're having a laugh, aren't we? Little Karl with his sandwich and
cheered
that.
up, hasn't he?
I'm still bruised where you punched me in the shoulder, showing that you could box.
Yeah, to be fair though, Rick, you do think that you're now a professional boxer because you've been on the telly boxing.
Yeah.
No, he does. I mean, he laughs about it, but he does walk around thinking, yeah, I could probably handle myself in a street brawl.
In fact, I walk around handling myself.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, don't I, Karl?
And often Karl.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love it, because his little round head, I've got another mate that's got a little bald head, and I'd like to squeeze it. I'd just like to see how far, do you know what I mean, like an egg, you can squeeze it that way, sort of sideways, and that hurts, but then squeeze it forward to back, it doesn't hurt so much, does it?
Do you know what worries me though? I think if you ever actually did crack Karl's head, I think yolk would come out.
Yeah, he was drawing, and I gave him a little karate chop on the back of the neck, and he jumped! He spasmed!
Sorry, you gave him a karate chop on the back of the head?
Yeah!
To be fair though, I think I'd spasm, Rick. If a man crept up behind me and karate chopped me in the neck, that's probably a natural reaction.
Didn't I laugh, eh, Karl?
That's right, good laugh.
Oh, so we got lots of little things to get through. I mean, look at his little face. You're right. We had a little lunch yesterday, didn't we?
We did indeed. That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I hate going out with you two.
I was explaining to Karl, right? I like to excite Karl's imagination, right? And if it involves chimps or monkeys, all the better. Brains he likes, parts of the body, deformity. You know, I know where to, you know, what buttons to push. And, I told him about this thing. I don't know if any of you out there know about this, but there's an experiment they did in the 50s, a clinical psychology experiment where there's your two hemispheres of the brain, okay? They're joined by a thing called the corpus callosum, right? Which is just a little flap of skin, like a little scarlet lead that joins your two hemispheres. And what they did, they cut that in half, and they thought it was a cure for schizophrenia, but what it turned out to be, or epilepsy, I think, I can't remember, was that your two sides of your brains didn't function together. You couldn't get information. I was telling Karl all this thing, and one of the things I told him was that they did it on a monkey, and it fought itself over a nut. Like, its right arm was connected, you know, by its left lobe of the brain, and it was fighting over itself. And Karl went, instead of like thinking this is amazing experiment, he went, would it have been happy if you'd given it two nuts?
Yeah, I know. Well, you started off by explaining it, and I remember you mentioned, because I was watching the two of you as you were describing it to me, you said, of course, one side of the brain deals with, symbolism, and as you said the word symbolism, I noticed Karl drift away from looking at you, pick up his mobile phone, and start pressing buttons randomly. And I thought it was the word symbolism that got him, and I noticed it took you just a moment longer, and I think the first thing you said was, when did I lose you?
Yeah, I knew I'd lost him.
It's extraordinary, and he doesn't even try to disguise it.
I think I said nomenclature at one point as well.
Right, yeah.
And I knew I was dicey with death there. Yeah. But, but I told you, you tried to look it up, didn't you, on the web? You didn't find anything about it, did you?
The spelling of it's, what is it again? What's the word?
Corpus callosum.
Yeah, so I couldn't do it.
No, there's no point. Yeah. Don't bother.
Give up.
Don't bother. So if anyone knows any interesting facts about that,
but yours hasn't been cut in half, has it, Karl? That would, again, might explain something.
Vines. Mrs. Jackson on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Right. Getting towards that time where Karl really kicks into action. We've got the quiz. We've got Rockbusters. The quiz that's a bit like Blockbusters, but mainly around music. Yeah, and a pun, a scenario, based in wordplay by Karl. You know how good he is at that.
Can I tell you what the prizes are this week, because they're worth playing for?
Please do.
Okay, we got on DVD the Manic Street Preachers' Greatest Hits on DVD. The videos, I'm assuming. The film Human Traffic, it's a remixed DVD version of that. I think we were giving this away last week. You've obviously got a bulk stock of these. Groove Armada's Love Box, an album from them. The best air guitar album in the world ever. That's got the likes of Queen, Adams, Palmer, Leopard,
Aerosmith.
Idol. I don't see it.
I think the Smiths should be on there.
We got Purple, Wolf, Cooper, Top, Quo, and Back, Nickelback. Now there was another one around actually. I seem to have lost one of the prizes, Karl. Oh, here we are. Yeah, this is, you might have seen this advertised on TV, the Best Bands Ever album. And, just imagine who this is aimed at. It's got, Oasis on there, Nickelback, Coldplay, da-da-da. The Dandy Warhols, Bohemian Like You, in brackets, as featured in the Vodafone TV ads. Then it's got Smash Mouth, Walking on the Sun, as featured in the Ford Fiesta TV ads.
It's for people who didn't know they liked indie.
Exactly.
They go, I don't like indie, but you do. Do you like this advert? Yeah. Do you like this advert? Yeah. Well, you like indie then? I do! I love indie!
Can't believe it!
That's great!
Yeah. The Mock Turtles, Can You Dig It? As featured in the Vodafone TV ads.
I really like indie.
Do you love, the T-Mobile TV ad?
Yeah.
You'll love this. It's got Royce Cup on there, which is featured in there. So that's an album for people who don't like music.
That's great. That's coming up, Rockbusters.
But I also have a movie, because you know last week I gave away Executive Decision.
Yeah.
That was on TV last night, so you didn't receive my copy.
But well, they probably watched it before it was on TV.
Yeah.
A few days before.
I was clearing out, Rick, last night. I found another one which might be just to entice people.
Go on. What is it? It's coming out the bag.
The Pelican Brief.
Oh!
Another arbitrary film choice on VHS. Pelican Brief. Roberts, Washington. You know,
get it now on VHS before there are no more VHSs around.
It was $6.99. I'm giving that away as well.
That's great, and that's his personal collection.
That's from my personal collection.
Did you see that picture, Karl?
I don't think it's even rewound from when I watched it.
Really?
No, it's not. You can rewind that yourself.
Brilliant. That's a little touch of Steve Merch in there.
Exactly.
Did you see that picture that he brought in?
I have actually. Can I see it again, Karl? Yeah, it's just a picture. You carry it with you, do you? You know what?
Well, no, he found it, right?
Last week I was sorting it, because I'm moving. I'm sorting all my, files out and that. And, because this is the only school picture
So he had one school picture taken when he was, was that 10 in 1981?
I was about 8 and 9.
Okay, tell the story. Why is that the only school picture you had taken?
Just because, no, I had them all, I was always had them taken, right? But my dad thought they were overpriced for what you get. Because really, he said that the whole idea of a good picture is like, not only the person that's in it, but like the surroundings.
Yeah.
So like, if you're on holiday, he'll look at me and he'll go, oh yeah, you're looking well there. What's that hill in the background? Or something like that. Whereas with
That's Rick Waller, catching up.
But all you get on these school pictures is like a blue background, innit?
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm not paying for that.
Sure.
And it was a big one, you get a bigger one than that, but that's just like a little passport size, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That was £1.60. and he wasn't really happy paying that, because he said you could get like some done from True Print for a lot cheaper.
That he could take himself.
Yeah.
So, and so did he tell you at the time that was the last time he was paying for a school picture?
He said, I'll get you one, because it's good to have a picture of you at school.
Yeah.
Because they hardly ever went and all that. So he said, like...
What's that in the background? That's my school dad. Oh,
I don't recognise it. You got any interesting stories about it? Not really.
So, I was a good-looking kid there, wasn't I?
What are you doing with your mouth, though, Karl? It looks like you're it looks like a bit like you're a ventriloquist dummy.
What do you mean?
Well, it looks like you're sort of scrunching your mouth up, or pursing your lips, or something. Do you not think?
Oh.
I mean, now you've got, dare I say it, very kissable lips. So in here, look how thin they are. Look at those little thin lips. It's like you...
I'm smiling.
That's a smile?
Oh, that's what I didn't recognise that either.
I didn't realise that was a smile.
Is that what you look like when you smile? Oh.
What's happening with the head?
Had your dad seen you smile before then?
Well, I think that's why he wanted to buy one as well. That's like, so he can remember what it was like.
Right.
Because I don't smile.
When did you stop smiling? When was the last time you had fun and you just like happy-go-lucky? When can you remember when you had no weight of the world on your shoulders?
I often think that. Because I don't sleep like I did, like when I was a kid. I had really good sleeps, and now I don't.
Right.
So, I think...
But you've got a lot of things on your mind, you know, where can I buy soil?
Yeah, how can I confuse a computer by tapping in Y in the search engine?
Yeah.
Probably when I was 14, I was stress-free.
Were you?
Yeah.
When was the paper round?
Probably when I was 15.
Right. That's when it started, was it?
I reckon. That's when I started getting stressed.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the haircut you've got in the, because obviously I've not seen you before with hair, and it's an interesting mop. Do you have that done at a barber's?
No, my mum used to do it.
She cut that?
Yeah.
Right,
what she used to do, you can't see it in that picture, but there was one where she did, bit of a mess of it. I mean, it looks quite
I can't tell from this picture.
No, but that's one of the better ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. Were you bullied much?
on one of them, she used to, like, use a bit of newspaper in front of my eyes, so she didn't, like, stick these scissors in my eyes.
So newspaper stops scissors every time.
Yeah, because I think they use that for bulletproof vests.
Yeah, the tough fabric of a reconstituted newspaper will stop the scissor any time.
No, definitely. I remember, because I know a lot of UN guys when they're on patrol, they use some old copies of The Sun.
They put it in their pocket.
Yeah, the Daily Star.
Sorry, yeah, okay, yeah.
So, she used to always be on a Sunday night when, like, Songs of Praise is on or something, nothing was on the telly, just before Last of the Summer Wine or something. And she used to get the...
What a depressing time that was.
It was.
Having your hair cut and listening to Songs of Praise, waiting for Last of Summer Wine.
Yeah.
I always used to get depressed on Sunday nights.
Well, I'll tell you
it wasn't because school was the next morning, it was because the telly was so shite.
I think it was because school was next morning, because Antiques Roadshow still does that for me. I see the Antiques Roadshow, I love it, but I'm just thinking I've got to go to school or work tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Roadshow, I wish they put it on the week.
But I know, I've never really had that. When I worked, I suppose. I work now, don't I? No. Oh, what giveaway? What giveaway?
Sorry, you were telling us a story about...
So anyway, she'd get the newspaper, right, and she'd stick it in front of my eyes, and
what does that say? Go on.
So she'd
You inherited a lot from your mum, didn't you?
So she'd cut me fringe, right?
Yeah.
But then she'd go, oh, it's not straight. It's not very good. So she'd go again, and she'd keep going, and the problem
is that why you're bald now?
I was to say, is this that you have got hair, but she has to get it right, and it takes her to the back of your neck to get it even.
She sort of removed the newspaper, and she was like, oh God. And I said, what? She goes, oh, I'm sorry. And like...
What, did this happen every Sunday?
Can I ask you, Carl, when she was cutting your hair in this picture, do you think she was maybe sidetracked by an interesting article in the paper? And really wasn't paying attention to what she was doing?
Or did her favourite hymn come on?
Yeah, indeed.
And she started
or Compo was rolling down the hill.
In a bath.
So yeah, I ended up with, like, you know, a fringe sort of on the back of my head, because she just kept going further and further.
Sure.
But,
when did you start going to that barber that was on the railway station?
That's when I started work, so, you know, sort of 16, 17.
Okay. And is he the one that said you have the hair of a Chinaman?
He's the one yeah.
He sounds like a wise man.
Well, can I just stop? I think maybe we should play a tune, but maybe you could bring in some photos next week, Rick, and we can talk about them on the radio.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna do a card trick. Right, take a card. Any card, yeah. Right, look at it. Is that your card? Brilliant. I mean, the one thing I do like about, this show, for all its faults, is the...
honesty?
Yeah. I mean, that can be good and bad. I mean, some people think it's sloppy, arrogance, laziness, you know, thoughtlessness.
They'd be right.
Yeah. But, I like to think it's honesty. It's like a peek into the mind and workings of Karl Pilkington. He just said to me, because he was shaking, because he said to me, and I quote, he said, he's just, whittering to himself, I must remember to eat next time Suzanne's away.
I know.
I must remember to eat next time Suzanne's away.
No, but you did. I mean, I wonder if I lived on my own if I'd still be about. Because I just neglect myself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for all I've eaten
a lot of self-abuse. Is that what you're saying?
I had lasagna last night that I messed up, right?
Why did you mess it up?
Cooked it for too long. It was like a brick. Right? And she called up and said, have you eaten? I went, yeah. She went, was it nice what you have? I said, lasagna. Was it nice? I thought, I don't want her to worry, because she's probably been out and had a good meal with all the work people.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say, well, you know...
And she went, okay, bye. And I go, that can't go. Yeah, I bet he cooked it like a brick. Yeah. I bet he threw it away. Anyway, gin and tonic.
And I had Scotch pancakes for breakfast. That is all I've had. So I'm starving, I'm shaky, plus I've got that restless leg syndrome still going on, which I can't get rid of.
What's restless leg syndrome?
I find, if I go to bed, right, my body's tired but my legs aren't.
Are you like Michael Flatley?
You have to get up and do a bit of tap dancing.
Do they just keep going even when you're asleep?
Keep moving about, so I have to get up and stretch them or something, or I've worked out that if I put a pillar on, like, the bedpost down at the other end, if I have my legs higher than my heart, it calms it down a bit.
Is this why Suzanne works away so often?
I don't know, it's weird.
To get a decent night's sleep?
I put it down to Smarties and that, it's like a sugar thing, but,
Stop eating them.
Apparently Bob Mortimer's got it, as well.
No, he's got arthritis.
Oh, has he?
You told me in the week that you've mastered, moonwalking.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Is that one of the things you did, like, in the middle of the night?
It's moon sleepwalking.
Yeah.
He just gets out, he finds himself walking backwards and wakes up. And goes, oh God, I'm brilliant. I'm brilliant at this. Right, Karl, come on then.
Oh, hang on, I just must tell you as well about Lord Admiral Nelson's erotic letters.
Go on.
They've been sold at last. For £117,000.
Sunday Mail?
I don't know who bought them.
Who opened them that shouldn't have?
They got sent to someone else.
To you.
They were meant for Lady Hamilton. What are you doing opening them?
Go on, what's he say? What's he get up to?
It's interesting because they've printed a couple of the things he's wrote.
Dear Lady Hamilton, a bit of a problem. Just the one hand. You might have to help me out on a couple of manoeuvres.
Yeah, and the one eye, so I'm not appreciating the 3D.
Exactly. I don't care where you put it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go on.
You'll have to help me guide it in.
You might as well stand across the other side of the room for all the good it do me.
Exactly.
Go on then.
Of course he ended up kissing Hardy, didn't he? Did he kiss Hardy, or did he ask him and he never did?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about this, because I heard that he didn't, and it said kiss me, which means fact, and then I heard that he did say kiss me,
Hardy.
Hardy. Like, you know, because it was quite suspense. I don't know. Is it kismet, or is it kiss me?
Kiss me, Hardy. I think his final actual dying breath was no tongues.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And someone went, kiss you what?
Exactly, yeah. Maybe that was his nickname.
My name's Smith.
Yeah.
You want me to kiss?
Exactly.
Kiss me Hardy. I wouldn't have thought so. I'll kiss your lips and you'll be happy with it.
But,
I'll touch you, Hardy. But I'm not kissing it. Go on.
Couple of quotes from there. This is him writing to, Lady Hamilton, who he was having an affair with. I can neither eat or sleep for thinking of you, my dearest love. I never touch, even pudding. Well, I think we've all written a letter like that to a lady.
That's a euphemism.
Surely.
That's like, I think that's, I haven't eaten, and by the way, I haven't even knocked one out.
Yeah, exactly.
You are gonna get a sackful. Alright, Carl? You're the producer, is this alright? It's all euphemisms, I've not said anything wrong. Go on.
Oh, come on, it happened in the 19th century.
Yeah.
We can talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
This is more topical than monkey news.
Someday, XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais.
Lads, can I just stop you there straight
Right,
away? Because the record finished before we'd finished chatting about what we're going to do next.
We're gonna do Carl's stupid competition again. We're just trying to get the. I think that you.
What
you
are the
should just-
rules?
Right, I
Because
think
last week it was a shambles, Rick.
I know, it was too easy. That's
The
why.
week before, I should
No,
say.
I think people should phone up now and be held in a queue, and then he should have the clue. Otherwise, because people are just phone up when they know the answer or not.
But how is that entertaining to the listener?
It's not.
That's what I'm going
I
to throw
don't think-
back at you straight away.
I don't think this is entertaining at all. I just think people might want to talk to Karl for us just a split second.
The way we'll do it, right?
Yeah.
Right. This is me role here, right? This is the way we're going to do it.
Right.
We're going to say if you want to win The Office on VHS, right?
Yeah.
You can call
Don't
it now.
say it like that. Like
Yeah,
it's a
don't say it
rubbish
like-
prize.
There is some, if you get the DVD, there's some special frottage. Alright, so, it's impressive.
Right. So they call up now on 08 700 800 1234, right?
Yeah.
We like bung on a bit of Elton John in a bit, right? We line up two
Look forward
callers.
to that. It's a beautiful track.
Yeah. We line up two callers.
Yeah.
Right. And then we have them on the air and we say, right, I'm going to tell you the little story. You've got to tell me what song it is. And they're playing against each other.
Well,
Right.
could they be up at the same time then, so I can speak
Yeah.
at the same
yeah,
time?
of course, yeah.
But how can they play against each other? Because they haven't got buzzers or
It's the
anything.
first one. They can say the name. They can shout out the name, and it's organised. Don't
Have they
just
got as many goes as they want?
No, I think they should have one go at a time, and then the other person can have a go, and then they can have another go.
Yeah.
It's like dueling.
It's like
And-
dueling.
And if they don't win, no one wins this week. We're not giving away prizes willy-nilly.
Sure.
You know, we can give one away next week again.
Because you know, like,
Maybe
The
give
Office
away-
is not costing us anything. Because we were, like, involved.
I
We
know,
can get
but
as many copies as you want of that.
I like
Seriously.
it. I like it when, like...
We got them coming out of our...
Do you think the listeners are usually in on sort of board meetings like this? Or do you they
I
usually-
said this before, guys. I said before.
I
We should
know.
do this off air, but you refused to chat.
Imagine Chris Tarrant going, hold on, what, they can, what do they do?
They can phone a friend.
They just phone a friend, look, come down to, right, okay, look, we haven't got this.
We've got
right,
this
right.
sorted.
What if
Phone
you
up
d-
now. Phone up. We'll play some adverts. Phone
Yeah.
up now.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the plan, then.
Okay, we're gonna have a beautiful track here, continuing our...
Wait,
don't-
whoa,
whoa, hold on, wait, Steve.
Go on.
Right, I've said your name 5 times now, I don't need to mention you at all next week. Right, we're gonna play, Elton John, continuing our sort of thing of, don't diss them just 'cause they're old and bald now.
Yeah.
They used to be good. This is a beautiful track. I dissed him, didn't I?
Yeah.
Called Tiny Dance. So we're gonna enjoy that.
Yeah.
Enjoy that,
Enjoy
listener.
that,
And
if-
then,
if not the
now,
show.
Steve, what were you gonna say?
Thanks for asking. I was just going to say, what should the audience be doing now? If they're listening at home, they want to play the game, what should they be doing, Carl? Should they be phoning
Say
you
the
now?
phone number
They
again.
should be ringing 08 700 800 1234.
08 700 800 1234.
And 2 lucky contestants get to play your game.
Yeah, what's the song?
What's the song that Carl's thinking?
Could I give you a clue when you call up? You've got more chance of playing if you don't sound like a mentalist.
Exactly. Most of the people that phone sound a bit like Karl. We're not interested. We don't want those
No.
sort of people.
Yeah.
We want people who can, you know, who are maybe eloquent.
Why you watch me in my pants? Elton John, Tiny Dancer. What
Beautiful.
a great track.
Oh, it's
that is.
magnificent.
Well, we've got... well, despite Karl's actions, you should have seen Karl. It was like squiddly diddly. His arms and legs there, he'd have been better with feet, I'll tell you. He didn't know what he was doing, we were getting angry. At one point he went, oh, we get a man and a woman. And he, bloke phones up, he goes, are you a bloke? Bloke goes, yeah, he goes, hold on. And then, another bloke goes, oh, you're a bloke. I went, we wanted a woman. And the bloke said, I've got what? He goes, put the woman on. She came on, he went, are you the woman? It's the way he speaks to people. So who have we got on the line?
Here's the woman.
It's the woman. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. Okay. Right, Steve. You want to be rooting for this?
Well, I think we should. It seems to me because you may need some help because obviously Karl's mind is a viper's nest.
Yeah.
It's a jungle in there.
Yeah.
So you know, if you want to call on anyone at any point, maybe you've got some questions you want to just consult or confer, then I'll be on your side.
You're like she's like you're like her phone a friend.
Exactly. I'm the phone a friend. I'm the ask the audience.
Who's the bloke?
Here's the bloke.
It's Owen.
Owen. Okay, I'll be helping you out should you need any help or clues as you know as an insight into Karl's mind. I must tell you though, we don't know what Karl's going to come out with now either.
No,
we keep it real like this.
I should just say for people who've not heard the show before, this is where Karl now will tell us a cryptic story. And basically, hidden within that will be a clue to the title of a song.
I say cryptic, it's
gobbledygook. Yeah. Nonsense.
So, okay then, just to find out, who goes first, my lad or your girl, I'm gonna, toss a coin in my head.
Okay.
So, who can guess
Well,
first?
ladies first, ladies first.
Okay,
what was your name again, sorry?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Okay, so,
Sarah, heads or tails?
Heads or tails?
Tails.
No. Right, my lad will go first.
Okay,
then.
so what this means is, when he's finished the cryptic clue, you, Owen, will get to guess first, but if you get it wrong, it goes over to Sarah, and then back and forth until hopefully one of you gets it right.
Okay.
We could be here for some time.
Yeah.
Right, and what are we playing for here?
A DVD or video of The Office?
Whatever we can
Whatever
find,
you've got, whatever format you've got.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Brilliant.
Okay, Karl, go.
Right, so here we go.
So
then,
it's the name of a song we're looking for, brilliant.
Right, this bloke, he's had a good night out at the pub. Right?
This is probably all irrelevant. Remember that, Owen? This could all be irrelevant.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so he's had a good night out with his mates and that, and he's really enjoyed himself. And he's on his way home, and it's just like any ordinary night, right? Everything's just normal. He's seen the same people leaving the pub, going home, and he's like, see you tomorrow night. I'll be out tomorrow, 7:30 and what have you. And they're on the way home, and it's a nice night. Everything's nice, and he's walking home, and he sees this sort of smoke coming out of a grid. Right?
Some smoke coming out of a grid.
Yeah, a bit of like smoke, and he thinks, what's that? Right? And this is what's weird, because it's like any other normal night, but this time the smoke coming out of the grid, and he goes over to it, and he can hear some moaning. Right? It's like, ooh. So he thinks this isn't right. So he stands over the grid, and he's looking down it, and he can't see anything. So he lifts the grid up, right?
Do you mean a grill?
No, a grid. You know, like a grid in the street?
What?
Yeah, he
Not
means
really.
a grill.
A grill.
He means a grill, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And he lifts it off, and he's looking in, and like more smoke's coming out, and he can hear the moaning getting louder, and then this little demon pops his head out.
Oh.
Right?
Bloody demons.
And he goes, are you alright?
Yeah.
And the little demon goes, oh, I'm hurting. And he goes, what do you mean you're hurting? He said, oh, it's dead hot down there, you know. and it's weird, because he works it out that it's, like, come from hell, right?
Yes.
And he's going, oh, I'm all hot and burning, all his skin's sort of really red raw because of all the flames in hell and stuff. So he goes, oh, he said, I tell you what, I'll take you to the doctors. And the little demon's like, what, you'll do that for me? And he goes, yeah, I'll do that. And he takes him to the doctors. What's the song?
That was Ricky Gervais on XFM. It's 3 o'clock now. We're going over to Natasha. Thanks very much. See you next week. Bye.
Man, that was quite a long story.
Ooh.
Is Owen and Sarah still there?
Yeah.
Have you dozed off? You still with us?
Okay, Owen.
Any clues?
No, not yet.
I haven't got a clue. I haven't got. I have no idea. Can I think out loud with Owen? Do you think?
No, I think Owen needs to at least have a guess before.
Go on, have a guess, Owen.
Smoke on the water.
No.
Well, it's not, is it? So,
not gonna be that.
okay. Over
Sarah,
to
what do you think?
Bat out of hell.
It's a good guess.
No,
It's not right.
Not right.
Right, Karl, you'd have to give him a little clue.
Well, think about the little fella.
Think about the little demon.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's the clue.
Brilliant. Thanks for that.
Where did I say he came from?
Highway to Hell.
On the right, along the right lines, but not the right song. Back to Sarah.
Stairway to Heaven.
Carl, if this is rubbish, I'm never working with you again. If this doesn't work...
What do you mean, if this is rubbish?
Right, okay, take the main bit of the story, what's happening?
We don't know
What's the main bit of the story? It took 30 minutes!
The grid, there's the grid, we got the grid, the
yeah.
smoke.
What's he done? How did the story end?
He went to the doctor, he went to the doctor, that's
He
the
went to the
clue.
doctor. Who did he take to the doctor?
He went to
The little demon fella.
Why did he do that? Sarah, come on, that's a big clue.
Right, why did... Sarah, come on, let's think about this. Why would he take a little burnt demon to...
Was he burnt?
He was burnt, wasn't he?
He's from hell.
Yeah.
All the flames and that, and all his skin's
Hell.
really raw, and he was moaning in pain. And the little fella goes, yeah, I am on the way home, my tea's gonna be in the oven and everything, but do you know what? I'm gonna take you to the doctors and sort you out.
Sick.
Doctors.
Doctors. Oh, God.
Is there anyone you got there in the house who could maybe help you? Like a sort of 8-year-old child?
yeah. An alien.
Yeah.
I've got a 3-month-old baby.
Oh.
He probably talks more sense.
Yeah.
Not than you. Than Karl, we mean. Right.
Right, I'll tell you what, let's play a record.
But these
let's all have a chat.
These poor people have got lives.
Sure.
They've
Oh
got
yeah,
to
like
do
we
so-
haven't.
No, but I know Karl, this is...
There's so many things I could be doing instead of this, Rick.
I know, but Karl,
We'll play some ads, right? and
they
come
can't
back.
stay on the line
They've
for...
got 3 minutes, they're playing for a video here. They've got 3 minutes to think about it. Is that alright with you?
Okay.
Yeah, and is that alright, Owen?
Yep.
Sorted.
XFM.
Right.
Please try and guess this, because Karl's threatening to roll it over to next week.
Oh.
I know, I don't want to live a week trying to think of a little burnt devil in a grid, as he calls it.
Burnt
Right.
devil in a grid.
Devil
must
in
be
a,
it.
devil in a grid
Devil in
by
a grid.
excess.
Smoky devil.
Oh, God.
Oh, burnt devil grid.
Sarah, any...
Grid? What's a grid?
Any
He means a
idea?
grill, he
grill.
means the little thing in the smoke. Burn.
Smoke on the water.
Barbecue to doctor.
Burnt. Doctor.
Owen, any ideas?
Devil Without a Cause by Kid Rock.
No. What we're gonna
Oh,
do
is
here,
the word devil right?
Yeah.
So devil's a key word here.
and you're thinking about what's the bloke done? He's took him to the
Devil,
doctors.
isn't he? They can't
Why
remember
did he do that? Why didn't he just say, oh yeah, it looks terrible, but I've got to get off home?
He's a good Samaritan.
He's a good Samaritan.
Right.
He's a good guy. He's
a good guy.
Saviour.
devil.
Saviour devil for later.
We're really running out.
I've got it. I've got it.
Have you really?
Sarah,
Yeah.
I tell you this, love. You have got something to entertain yourself with in about 3 weeks' time when we get the DVDs and videos through.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sympathy for the Devil.
Well done.
Sympathy for the Devil.
Karl,
Oh,
it's
man
rubbish,
alive.
mate. It's rubbish. That's not a cryptic clue.
It's not rubbish.
Sympathy for the devil. You said he wasn't a devil. You said he was a demon. Right.
Yeah, but I couldn't- no.
Right. Okay. Sympathy for. What's all that rubbish about him being burnt and taken to the hospital?
Sorry, Rick, but I'm noting a little whiff of jealousy there.
He's so rubbish.
No, I'm sorry, but Sarah is
It's
happy.
not allowed to try and make people
Her
guess.
baby is happy.
Sarah,
Her husband, or maybe partner,
Sorry,
maybe they're not
Owen.
married, maybe they're living in sin. He's also happy.
Yeah.
They're happy. That household is happy.
Owen's got
Owen,
it.
devastated.
Static.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you want it on DVD or video?
DVD, please.
DVD.
Sarah,
Okay.
thank you very much indeed for playing.
Cheers,
Owen,
Sarah.
commiserations.
Sorry, Owen.
yeah.
Triumphant. Another
You're so
triumph.
rubbish, Karl. You are so rubbish.
There you got it right.
Oh
didn't you?
dear.
Rubbish.
Well done, Steve.
Jealous. I loved it. I
Rubbish.
thought it was a great one.
It's-
Nice one.
Bob Dylan. Oh, you're gonna make me lonesome when you go on XFM. Sorry, they're arguing. Steve and Karl
But he
are
just goes,
arguing
"You've got to keep it
about.
slick."
Do you know? Can I just tell them what you're arguing about? Think of this, right? This is the argument. They're arguing whose fault it is why this show is rubbish. Think of that.
What? That's a perfect. I think that's a valid criticism. At least we're discussing it. You're just accepting that that's the case. You're not even trying to change it. We're ashamed of it.
Yeah,
We have to go out there.
I should be, but I quite like it.
In fact, I remember when we went out about 2 weeks ago, and said we got to, make it tighter and that, make it good. Went out for something to eat. You were happy sat at the table talking about squids and having to, go off with one if you wanted to have a kid. I brought up the topic, right, what we're going to do about the show. Suddenly you've got to go. It's like, oh, I think I've made plans. So me and Steve sat there coming up with stuff.
See, I do that, I do acknowledge, quite shamefully that this is more enjoyable for me to do than for you to listen to. But it's like 2 hours sort of playtime for me. It's like, you know, the study period when you're meant to read a book, but you actually can't afford to run around and draw pictures. I think like this, even though I'm getting paid for this and I'm meant to be working, it's nice. It's cool, isn't it? Not for the listener. But for me.
But the problem is, the only way we can improve this show, Karl, to be honest, the only way we can make this good is if the three of us resign.
Yeah.
And they replace it with someone else.
Yeah, but Karl, you're getting flustered and you're getting stressed, because you know, I don't know what, I was saying, answer the phones, you were letting them ring, you're still letting it ring. You're still letting people phone. You go, oh look, leave that. And people have phoned in, good enough to phone in, to ask for something for free. I think you should at least answer the phone and say, it's not worth it, the prizes are rubbish.
Well, whilst I'm doing all the other stuff, maybe you can do that.
No way.
Right then.
But to be fair, Rick, I'm not accusing you of being lazy.
No.
But you're sat on a chair, and yet you're almost vertical. I don't know how you've done it. It's like you're almost asleep, but you're sat on an upright chair. I don't know how you've angled yourself in that way.
I'm gonna have a bad back when I'm, in old age. I'm just gonna be bent double.
Right, so come on now. Pretend we're starting now.
Okay.
We've just started the show now.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. It's right. XFM. It's the Ricky Gervais show with Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington, or our show. It's our show. From now on, I'm at least cutting up the blame as well. XFM 104.9. What do you want to know? Funny thing happened to me on the way here.
Okay.
Actually, it was about Wednesday, Thursday. I was walking along Charing Cross Road. I was on my way here actually to meet Karl for a drink, and this little fella came up to me. I think it was an overseas student. He's sort of like a student type, but he had an accent, and he came up to me and went, "Excuse me, are you one from the office?" And I went, yeah. He went, would you sign a script book of the office for me? I went, yep, by all means, yeah. He went, can you come to the bookshop? And I went, what, you haven't got it on you? He went, no, but if you come, I will buy one for you to sign. And I went, I can't really. He went, were you gonna pass one? I went, I'm not, no, I can't. He went, and he went, oh, I was just in Waterstones earlier, and I didn't phone. I went, oh, sorry. He went, you could just, I went, I can't. He went, okay. I went, I'll sign something else. Have you got something else I can sign? He went, of course. And I signed a pamphlet or a brochure or something for him. But I love the idea, imagine me going with him, and queuing up, and I'm in the queue. He's going, you're going, yeah, fine, can you just hurry up? And he gets there, and his switch doesn't work, and he goes, can you lend me £10? Yeah. I mean, imagine that.
I'm a little bit annoyed you didn't go with him, frankly, because that would have been a sale of our book, and I get a little cut from that.
Well, behind him was Salman Rushdie. Going, can we hurry up? Because I shouldn't be out. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of funny looks. And, I really, you know, I don't feel comfortable.
But I thought it was very odd the other day, was we were walking along, and Ricky often gets bothered for an autograph, and, some Japanese people who I think were tourists, they appeared from behind the corner, and I thought, this is odd, that, you know, they seemed like tourists, but they're obviously gonna ask for an autograph. And they just handed him a camera and said, excuse me, would you take a photo of us? And they didn't recognise him, they didn't recognise him.
I was laughing, I was thinking, right, oh.
So now Ricky's stood in the street, people are recognising him as he's taking a photo of 3 complete Japanese strangers, and I imagine them getting home and sort of saying, and here's the one we had taken by Ricky Gervais. Taken with Ricky Gervais? No, taken by Ricky Gervais.
From the office. Isn't that brilliant? Would you come to the bookshop with me?
The life of a minor celebrity.
Not really. Feeder. Forget about tomorrow. At least we're here today, Steve. The 3 of us for an hour and a half more. The last time ever, possibly. It's up to little baldy head Mankey. Well, Karl Pilkington.
A number of emails, Rick. Yeah. This is from Matthew Davis. I think he very much captures the mood of the email public. His email is just simply titled, Go! In the name of God, go! It says, why wait till 3? Why not leave immediately and stop subjecting us to this abject misery?
Well, Karl did once when he had to get a train.
Of course.
So, that's never happened on radio before.
But who knows? I mean, stay tuned. We might shoot off at 20 to 2.
Or we might get better.
We might get better.
We might get better because we've done a bit of planning, because I got Karl round last night.
Really?
To do some planning of the show, didn't I? And so we've
yeah, I thought you were going to be there, Steve.
No, I wasn't told about it.
Yeah, well, I called him up and said, why, what we're doing? He said, well, you can come round and, you know, have a chat, maybe get some ideas and that for tomorrow. So I said, is Steve there? Yeah, Steve will be coming, yeah. So, go round. It's close, next to his flat. The pub couldn't be closer. Alright?
Yeah.
Unless there was sort of spirits and that in the lift, they couldn't have got closer. Right? I turn up, you're not there.
No.
He's lied.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, I
so-
knew you wouldn't come out if it was just like you thought I was gonna muck around. I had to pretend it was work to get you out.
So, you weren't there, Steve.
No.
Anyway, so he says, oh, come in the flat, you know, got an interesting book that you'll like.
Okay.
So I think, well, that's kind of work, you know, he's trying and that.
Yeah.
So I go in thinking we're going to get some good ideas and that from this book. Couldn't find the book. He looked for about 40 seconds, said, oh, I don't know where it is. And then, come on, let's come in here, let's have a wrestle. Right? So I'm sat in the lounge, right, sat there just chatting to his girlfriend and that, just chatting. He comes wandering out in his underpants.
Yeah.
Well, I was comfortable, yeah.
I don't know if you were comfortable because he was sort of pulled up,
But yeah.
right between the crack.
Right.
Looked like, probably like a gay sumo wrestler.
Yeah! And I did a little dance for you, didn't I? Because there was MTV on and I was doing a little dance.
Dancing to Elton John's new one.
Yeah! And what did you say? What did you say when I was doing a little dance for you and my pants pulled up? Like, right? Do you remember what you said?
No.
You went, I poured him a drink, he's in my home, I'm entertaining him, he goes, are you sure you're not a bender? Is that any way to treat a host?
I think it was the right time to ask.
But we did do some work, didn't we? Because you got confused and you said, you know, oh god, it's like a child or a cat when it's confused. He went, Steve reckons, in ancient Greece, right, it was better to shag a bloke than a woman. And I went, well, yeah. I mean, that's about the male being, sort of a first-class citizen. Much better, wasn't it? An aspiration
the
to
point
sleep with a
was,
beautiful
Karl,
man than a beautiful woman.
Women were lower-class citizens,
Yeah.
so therefore men were seen as higher class. So to have sexual relations with a man there was no shame in that.
No.
In fact, it was looked upon.
And I
as
said,
good.
well, it's, you know, ancient Rome. I said, even Nero, he used to sit in his big jacuzzi and he used to get, you know, pretty boy men to just go into the water and just nibble at his testicles while he was having a watch.
He didn't do that.
He did!
No.
Yeah.
And he's not a gay fella.
No, well, no. I mean, you know, I don't know about Nero, but I mean, it wasn't a case of a big delineation between what was heterosexual and what was gay. It was just, you know, whatever you...
So what did this fella do then? This one who's having his...
Well,
having
he
his
was
little
pretty much top boy, Nero, for a while.
He was in charge.
And, you know, and you did what you were told. If, Caesar or...
But why were people going round there? Why didn't they go, oh...
No, they weren't dropping in. It wasn't like the doors opening. I just can see what Nero's doing. It's not like when I pop in here to see you.
Normally what would happen is he'd say, come back to my place, I got a book for you.
Yeah!
You pop in,
But
he'd come out in his pants, Elton John would be on.
You'd have probably been like a delivery boy or a stable boy or something, you know, and you'd have popped round there and you'd have gone, there right, Nero, there's the tablets of stone you wanted. And you go, Pilkington, why you are here? Pop under, I don't know why he's French.
What is that?
I don't know why he's French. Just pop under the water and nibble at my testicles and you'd have done it.
Because he was Nero.
I wouldn't.
You would have.
There's no way I would have done.
Yeah, well, you would
What
have.
have I done? I've dropped a pizza off.
Yeah, you
why
put
am I
round to
there?
Nero's place with a pizza.
Right. Right, I'd say I've done my job. Right?
Yeah.
That's not the sort of tip I wanted.
No, he'd have said, get the little baldy chap to nibble at my testicles, and you'd have done the
No,
water.
I wouldn't have done it.
No,
Well,
you
you
might
put
have
my head
done
on
it.
the
You
wall.
hadn't done it, right?
No, I wouldn't have done
Well,
it. So.
can I just say this, Steve? Not only would you be nibbling his testicles, you'd have been going mad. You'd have been noshing him just for extra. You'd have been doing everything he wanted. You'd have been going. He'd have gone, I didn't ask you to do that. You'd have been going mental. They'd have been chewing, slurping, smacking, poking. You'd have chopped. You'd have gnawed his packet off. You'd think you're eating Walker's crisps. There'd be bubbles. There'd be blood. Oh, it'd be horrible.
Beatles from the soundtrack to The Yellow Submarine, actually, and that's Hey Bulldog.
On XFM 104.9, our last show, maybe. Me, Ricky, Steve, and little Karl. Alright, Karl?
But that book, that wasn't a fake. It wasn't like just a ruse to get you back to show you me and dancing in my pants to Elton John. It's
what was your girlfriend doing during that, instantly?
I think she was just getting on with sort of like packing up sort of boxes because we were moving. She was,
sure.
I don't think.
Well, she's seen it all before.
Yeah. And the book was, do you remember that book that I showed you? That, it was, A Man's Body, an Owner's Manual. And it's just like loads of stats. And there's one in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Guinness Book of Records of
men. Yeah, there's one section there. That was,
sorry, hang on, it's not like Guinness Book of Records of men. That just sounds a little bit like you and I were sat around your house looking at a big book, pictures of men.
The Big Man book.
The Big Man book.
He is a big man, isn't he?
Yeah.
He should be on the front cover.
Yeah, it was a book more about the kind of physical body and
Exactly,
about
biology and social and, you know, sex and all that sort of stuff. And,
but we didn't look at the sex.
Which is where we got the, knob news for today from. Right? This is true, right? I read that you'll have someone's eye out! Knob news! Nearly forgot the jingle.
Yeah.
I read that the smallest ever functioning penis, right, was under 3/4 of an inch when erect.
Extraordinary.
That is bad luck, isn't it? And it's a micro penis, so it's perfectly scaled down. Just a little look at Karl's face.
Well, couldn't the fella have said, look, right, I'm not happy about it, so don't print it. It's not the sort of press people want, is it?
There wasn't a picture of him. It was anonymous. They didn't read the book and, at work next day and go, look at this, Frank. What? Smallest ever penis, half an inch. He didn't go, it's me! He just went, yeah, loser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, let's have a shower. I'm alright. He must have had to have a little jod with a pair of tweezers.
Yeah, presumably.
Because you couldn't even get a fist, I mean...
No.
That is bad luck, isn't it?
Was he a good-looking fella?
What would you do, right, if, he invited you round and said, right, and he was like the king, right, and he went, oh, Karl, can you just go in there and just nibble at it, and you've gone under the water, and you're just about to nibble at it, and you come up and you go, that's tiny. Would you be disappointed or relieved?
Right, well, that wouldn't happen.
No! Karl, I'm saying if it did, would you be disappointed? Would you go, oh, I can't even I don't know where to start with that, or would you go, oh, thank God it's not a big one?
You've got to remember that he's the emperor, so you've got to do what he says or he'll have you killed.
What would you do? Would you go, oh, I lovely set of tackle, or, oh, it's not as big as I wanted, or would you secretly think, I'm glad it's not big, because I didn't want to, because I'm not that guy?
I'm not even gonna think about it, because I wouldn't do it. I know I wouldn't do it, even back then.
Even back then? What do you mean? What?
When was Nero at it? What?
Well, the Roman Empire was sort of like 2000.
Well, it stretched
up
for
to
years.
about, yeah. So,
it's a long time ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
You'd have to.
I always remember, we're still doing knob news?
Yeah.
Just a...
Knob news extra.
Knob news extra, excellent.
Well, in, I didn't do that well at school and that, right? But we had biology.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't take much of it in, but there was one day when it was about, knob news and stuff.
Sure.
And it was all about how, blood, is what makes...
engorges.
Yeah.
The erectile tissue.
Sure.
Yeah, it was all about that. And, there's this girl in our class called Paula, right? We were sat there watching it, and she fainted. You just heard her go, oh! And she hit the floor, right, because we were all sat on top of the desk watching this. But I wasn't that interested in that.
No.
I wasn't looking at it and that. But Paula, right, she fell over. And the funny thing was, right...
What was it, a video?
Yeah, a video of, like, this blood...
Yeah.
Doing the business to this fella's member, right? And, she fell over, like, and everyone's like, oh, what's up with her? And the teacher was trying to, like, wake her up and give her water and that. And it was really weird, because then the nurse came in, and yet this video was still playing. And the nurse came in, what happened while you seen this?
Yeah.
And you could hear, like, then it was going on to, like, sex education on the video. It was all done from start to finish. What happens, and by the end, and she was still out cold by the time it got to, like, and then they had a baby.
Yeah.
Right? And that just reminded me
So
of it
it
then.
seems to me that was her sex education class. She fainted when the penis got erect, and when she woke up, a baby was born. That's probably what she thinks happens. She's wandering around now.
And the whole class just missed out of it because they saw
So if
someone's
she's ever
face.
with a bloke and he gets an erection, she just goes, "Oh no,
But
I'm
that's
getting
it,
pregnant."
she was a bit of a class tart, really. That's why everyone was like, what's up with her?
Carl.
But she was. Everyone was like, what's up with her? It's not as if she's not seen it before. But, just reminded me then. Weird. But anyway, yeah, so I wouldn't
He
be
would
doing
be loving it.
Anyway,
He'd
yeah,
be
well,
down
let's
there.
leave Nero aside.
Yeah. The other thing in this, should we play a record and come back? 'Cause
Yeah,
there's another interesting fact.
There
in
is
this
some
book.
extraordinary facts in that.
Yeah, well, more facts.
We're running over.
But it won't be knob news. It won't be knob news. There'll be all different types of news.
Alright.
David Bowie, Sorrow, on XFM 104.9. Nearly there, but, you know, we're working our way up to the grand finale. The bit where Karl spouts absolute nonsense from a dodgy source on the internet about a monkey who did something impossible.
Let's cue up the jingle.
Hang on. Alright.
Perfect.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news!
Right. Let's have a look. This one's from some woman, right?
Yeah.
And she was taking part in the London to Brighton bike ride, right? Lovely day, weather's good and everything.
What year?
She's just a couple of months ago. She's done all the training, right? Done all the training and stuff. Got a brand new bike for it. Got a little puncher outfit and stuff, all set for the day, right? It's a nice day. She sets off. They all start pedalling and that on the way to Brighton, right? So she knows the route and that. Got her little headphones on, cycling along. Suddenly,
Right, okay, I'm stopping now. If a cyclist overtakes her and it's going really fast and it's sort of hunched over, but it's got like lots of cycling gear on and a helmet and goggles and they can't tell what it is, but they just know it's like a little hairy fella who hasn't bothered shaving his legs, which is weird, isn't it? Because cyclists usually shave their legs, and this bloke had really hairy legs. But and it won. They gave it the medal. It won 3 years running. They gave it the key to the city. It had its own game show, and then someone said, "Hold on, though, this fella's sort of hunched over and he's only 3'5" and his arms are longer than his body. It's a chimp." If it goes anywhere near that, we're never doing it again.
more monkey news next week.
She's cycling
So
along.
anyway, she's cycling along, right? And this tricycle.
I couldn't predict that.
There's always one element you can never anticipate.
yeah. Got a kiddie's tricycle with a little kid on it, little hairy kid with a helmet. Okay, just go on then.
The tricycle comes
Whizzing past, yeah.
thing.
Strong legs, don't they, chimps?
So she's thinking but didn't get a chance to see the thing.
Oh, yeah, couldn't quite see the cyclist! Oh, God! You bald mank git. Go on. Yeah, research scientist Karl Pilkington.
So anyway, she gets to the end line, right? And they got talking. It was a nice day, nice race and all that. So did you see a little thing on a tricycle?
Thing? Well, a person, surely, just a human. Did you see that? No. Did you see that bloke on the tricycle?
So anyway, turns out.
Tricycle.
Yeah! Well, what did you say thing? Well, no, there's no suspicious. I mean, what did you say? Did you see that fellow on a tricycle?
Anyway, so it turns out
Go on.
it was a chimp.
You're joking!
Right.
Well, Christ almighty, there you go. Unbelievable, and it was a chimp all along.
So anyway, right, so the woman's like,
We're never doing this again.
checking out the news, right? There's nothing on it. She checks out XFM Monkey News.
Right, okay, I'll
I
stop
don't
you there
mention
again.
it.
Right, if it turns out she doesn't lose, right, and the circus goes, we're looking for our chimp that used to ride this tricycle, and it escaped with police chasing it.
No. So she listened to XFM, see if I'd picked up on the story.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't have it and stuff. So she got in touch with the organisers of the London to Brighton bike ride, said, look, saw a little hairy fella.
Why did she care?
Because she wanted to know, she thought it was a bit odd.
Well,
Turns
why-
out it was a chimp. They weren't happy about it. Of
course not.
Because now the owner of the chimp wants to enter it into the Tour de France.
No! Oh, God! I'm gonna die! Oh, God!
In 2005.
Now, a couple of questions. I trust you'll be able to answer these.
Oh, God! Steve, help me out.
How did it get hold of the tricycle?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. That's not an important point.
Like, that's important.
How
What's the
did
matter
it-
with you, Steve? He doesn't know that.
How did it know to... well, firstly, how did it know which way to cycle? But more importantly, how did it know there was a major bike ride on that day?
Just following the crowd,
No,
Steve.
no.
What's the matter with you?
The owner of it had trained it and stuff.
No, he hadn't!
It had already done the run beforehand, before the big day.
No, it hadn't.
Like I say, it wants to do the Tour de France in 2005.
No, it doesn't.
But there's something about animal rights. If they don't let it enter, they can kick up a bit of a fuss.
The animal rights is that it's cruel to make a chimp ride a bicycle.
Not if he
that
wants
it's
to.
prejudice that it'll go, is it because I is hairy? You idiot!
Right? So...
Wow, that is the worst one yet. Absolute twaddle. Absolute rubbish, Karl.
Have you got a tricycle?
Unbelievable.